YouTube, Finn Eugen back with another video, and it is the crack of dawn. We are about to head out on a 5k run, just an easy 5k run, just to get my cardio done. Not aiming for a certain time or trying to hold a certain pace, just going to go for a nice easy 5k, and then that will be cardio done. First thing in the morning, done, dusted, bosh, get it out the way, and then I'll be taking you through a full day in the life of what I'm currently doing in order to get shredded, because standards are slipped post Marbella, but I will get onto that later down the line. As for now, let's run. Right, so nice little easy 5k wrapped up there. 26 minutes, 5k pacer out. Weren't really pushing that, so yeah, not bad. We're off for Mill 1 now. That being said, excuse this barnet throughout the whole video. There is a rationale as to why it's looking so messy. This has been over 2 weeks now without a cut, because I'm a little bit indecisive at the minute with what I want to do with my hair. I think I'm going to grow it out a little bit longer, and then I'm going to get a modern mullet cut. All because I've always been intrigued. I want to see what it looks like, right? So I'm going to get a modern mullet cut, and then if I absolutely hate it, the other thing in which I've been wanting to do with my hair as well is basically just buzz it all off, give myself a full wood. So yeah, I want to see what both look like. So I'm going to grow it, so I'm getting a little bit bored of the taper fade. Going to see what the modern mullet looks like, and then if that looks shit, then I'll just buzz it completely. And then if I hate it, then I have enough time to grow it back for the taper by the time Dubai comes around at the back end of the year. So yeah, that's the current game plan. I'm going to continue growing it out, sharpen up the beard myself, and yeah, see how it ends up looking. Right, so just hit up the shops, got a few bits for Mill 1, but I will show you now, so I'm just going to eat them on the way back because I'm a hungry boy after that run, right? But with our Mill 1, we have 1 banana and 1 apple. We have that with some eggs, which I'm going to go back and whip up now. And what I've also grabbed as well, we'll be completely honest, is a white monster. Now, I'm not sure if I mentioned this in the last video, but I've actually really come down on my use of monsters now. I used to have 2 monsters, maybe sometimes 3 max each and every day, which is absolutely fucking ridiculous. I was heavily reliant on caffeine, but I've cut down that use now. Not only am I having monsters less frequently, and when I say less frequently, I'm talking maybe every 3-4 days. Like, I might treat myself to 1 on a Sunday and then maybe 1 midweek, which is absolutely nuts, like unheard of for me. So yeah, I'm making them steps in the right direction in order to prioritize health a little bit more now. I'm prioritizing more whole foods, drinking less monster and consuming more natural caffeine now from coffee. And as well as that, one thing in which I don't think I've ever mentioned on this channel, but I will do now because I will be doing a video around it later on. One disgusting habit in which I picked up on prep last year, which I've never actually spoke about on this channel, is that I used to heavily vape. Now, I've quit vapes now for over a month, which is nuts, right? Like I said, picked up the habit when I was on prep last year, thought that it was curbing hunger cravings, and before I knew it, it just got to the point where I was absolutely addicted to my vape, right? I was addicted to nicotine. And I can honestly say, since having just come off for the space of a month, how much better I've noticed my performances, how I feel day to day. Everything just seems to just function better at the minute, which is, yeah, nuts. And it was it was a huge mistake getting hooked on that in the first place. But regardless, I'm off the vapes now. I've been clear for a month, and I do not plan to go back ever, to be honest. So yeah, I will get onto that in another video, because I will be talking more around it, because it's a very popular thing, believe it or not, in the health and fitness space, especially amongst bodybuilders, right? When they're on prep, they're having to sacrifice a little bit of food. So what do they fill that void with? They fill it with things like vapes, right? Monsters, etc. So yeah, anyway, gonna head home and whip up Mill 1 now. I'll see you there. And today, if you haven't already guessed it, is check-in day. Like I said, full transparency, I'm not currently happy with where I am at with my physique. Now, don't get me wrong, as you can see there, I'm not necessarily out of shape, but I'm by nowhere near the best in which I have been or in the shape in which I should be in. 99% of men would be happy with looking how I look right now, but for my standard, it's just nowhere near good enough. I want to look like a goddamn superhero. So that is the mission from here on out. And I will explain a little later on how we're going to get there and the roadmap in which we got in place. But right now, the aim is to get back in immaculate shape. It is check-in day with Ben, like I mentioned. So I'm going to send that through to him. And then we're going to see what the next steps are in order to get me back in elite shape. And I am not worried about talking around how standards are slipped on my behalf, right? 'Cause it's completely normal for everyone, and at the end of the day, this channel has been created to document my fitness journey, educate, but at the same time, I want to be relatable to people watching. And it happens to everyone, right? I'll be completely honest, after Marbella, it took me a long time to get back into the swing of things, to get back into a solid routine, to find that structure again. And as you can see there from the physique shots, I'm not necessarily out of shape. I'm still holding better shape than majority of people, but to my standards, it's nowhere near up to scratch. But like I mentioned, it happens to everyone, right? We all slip up here and there. We're human. We're not robots. Sometimes, if anything, I think it's healthy to go off plan and have a few meals out here and there, maybe have a weekend where you don't necessarily track anything in order to just get back into a good spot psychologically, get out your system and continue kicking on. Since Marbella, I have been on plan for the majority of the time. There have been a few off plans here and there. When I say a few off plans here and there, probably 2 or 3 in the space of 6 weeks. There may have been a certain evening where I fancied a little bit more dark chocolate in my skier bowl or a little bit more almond butter in my oats. But other than that, I have been following some form of structure, but it just hasn't been immaculate. It hasn't been to the absolute T like it normally is, which is rare for me, I'll completely admit, because 9 times out of 10 my mindset is absolutely bulletproof. But prior to Marbella, I was locked in for the entirety of the year until that point. So I think a little bit of time off plan, a month where I've been a little bit more flexible here and there, has actually been quite healthy for me, and I'm ready to kick on now, and I'm ready to start shredding the fat and get back into immaculate shape. So yeah, let's do it. Right boys, meal 1, 5 whole eggs, and that is literally it. Well, plus the apple and banana as well. Pretty boring, I know, but that has been the staple most mornings from here on out. I always just prefer a pro-fats breakfast first thing. If I was to have any like sourdough or oats with this, like mate, I would just want to get on that sofa and sleep. I would not want to do any work. So the idea of this meal is to get something in high protein, satiating, and essentially allow me to get into the first work block after and get dialed in. So yeah, that is that. That's meal 1. Gonna get that down now, and then I will be, like I said, into the first work block of the day. After that, it is the pre-workout meal, because I've switched up my routine a little bit now. I train more midday. We will be hitting legs later on. I'm not sure what I'm going to have for my pre-workout meal though, because usually it is a bowl of oats. But yesterday, I had a bowl of oats and then I just felt extremely ill. Like, it was awful timing as well. So I was going to have the bowl of oats, hop on the team call, allow that to digest, and then head to the gym straight after, because the gym's like a 2-minute drive away from me. Hopped on the new Gen team call, and I swear to God, I was this fucking close to throwing it all up. Like, genuinely felt so sick. So yeah, boys, if any of you are watching this and you wondered why I was maybe a little bit quiet on the call yesterday, then, well, you now know. So yeah, gonna get that down and then whip up something, hopefully, that doesn't make me want to throw it back up for pre-workout, and then we'll be off to the gym. Let's get it, let's go. So YouTube, we are about to wrap up the first work block of the day. I've literally got a consultation call that I'm about to take now. So I'm going to eat the pre-workout meal and then head off to the gym afterwards. Like I said, usually my pre-workout meal at the minute is oats and whey protein, but I had that yesterday and genuinely felt like I was going to throw it up. I feel like I got a little bit of PTSD now around oats, so don't really want to eat oats, don't fancy it, don't think I'm going to be able to stomach that. I'm not sure why. I usually love a bowl of oats, so yeah, if that's life from here on out and oats is no more, then yeah, it kind of sucks, to be honest. But anyway, what I thought I'll whip up instead in order to fuel a big old leg session is 6 rice cakes with about 30 grams of honey. We've got a little bit of cinnamon sprinkled on there as well. So I'm going to have that now. I'll see you in the gym. That was a brutal leg session. If you're keeping up with the Instagram content, you would know I'm now being made to work for my legs since having started running, which is new. Sad times to say the least. I've even had to start squatting again. So yeah, leg sessions, the intensity's picked up a little bit there, and I'm certainly feeling the effects of it. But regardless, when we get to come home to a nice big post-workout like this, it makes it all worth it. So in this salad bowl right here, we have 300 potato, 200 gram of chicken, 300 gram of cottage cheese, 30% less fat, some pickles, some beetroot, and then just some lettuce at the bottom there. So that's just a nice big salad bowl in which I come home to. This ties me into the last meal. So I guess I'll see you at that. Right. This is embarrassing. I'm pretty much done with the last meal now. Forgot to show you. That's poor on my behalf, especially for a full day of eating. So yeah, I'll quickly finish this off and then I'll let you know what we had. Right, all right. So for those of you that are stuck around and you are interested in what the last meal consisted of, and you haven't left this video and unsubscribed because I'm an awful YouTuber, this bowl right here, this empty bowl, was 200 gram of chicken, pack of microwave rice with some broccoli. God, proper bodybuilding meal that is, I'll tell you. And then this empty bowl right here is a lovely skier bowl that had 300 gram of frozen berries, 300 gram of skier yogurt, and a scoop of whey protein. So apologies for being a shite YouTuber. I don't think I'm getting any better, so you may just have to put up with it for the foreseeable. But we are on the road to 1,000 subs, so I'm not stopping from here. I'm going to keep on consistently uploading. The quality of them uploads though, God, Jesus Christ, it might take me a little while longer than expected to get to 1,000 subs. But regardless, hope you enjoyed this video. Any questions in which you do have around that full day of eating, please do let me know. That's around 2,700 calories there, 250 gram of protein. I will leave the calories and macros somewhere here, and I will see you in the next video. If you have not gone all in, then this is your sign. Take care. God bless.